going on, guys? So it's been a little while since I've done a video. It's been really cold and up and down weather here in Virginia, and I haven't really been able to ride like I want to because it's been so cold. But we got some Oxford Heaterz here, premium sports heated grips, and I've heard a lot about these things. Apparently they're supposed to be really good, and I'm hoping that I can throw these on my GSXR 600 and be able to extend my riding season slightly. I have a pretty long commute, and the biggest thing that gets cold for me is my fingertips. So hopefully with these, I'll be able to ride more comfortably on the long distance ride to work. Just to take a look at what's inside the box real quick. They give us some mounting equipment here. Looks like there's a bracket, a couple screws, nothing crazy. Got our instruction manual, of course, with everything in here, all our documentation. Pretty basic stuff. Looks like this actually comes in 3 different versions, and looks like I got the sport version. Looks like we've got a cable that looks like it's probably going to run to the battery, and it looks like, let's see if it has a fuse on the inside. Can't even get this thing open. There we go. Got that open, and it does come with the fuse for us, so that's pretty cool. We don't have to worry about grabbing one of those. We've got a sticky pad with, what is this, looks like some super glue. Yeah, we got some super glue with some baby zip ties in there. And then we've got our 2 grips, one side there, one side there. And we've got our control module that's upside down. And that's everything that comes in the box. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this install. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got the grips removed from the bike on the throttle side and on the non-throttle side. Pretty straightforward on removing the grips. For most bikes, you're just going to have to go ahead and remove the bar ends, as I did here. And once you remove those, you should be able to just pull the grips off. For my particular motorcycle though, I do have these ridged lines. I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera, but I've got these ridges on my throttle side here. And I'm going to have to shave those down because as it is right now, the new Oxford grips won't actually slide onto the motorcycle with those there. It gets stuck about halfway. So it gets stuck right about there. So I'm going to have to shave those down in order for me to be able to slide these on. Alright, now that we've finished doing all the shaving, let's go ahead and try to test fit, see if our grips go on here. There we go. And looks like there's a little bit of overhang, but the end part of this grip is cuttable so that you can adjust it to size. But all in all, looks like we've got it on there. Sweet. We'll go ahead and test fit the other side. Alright, so when you're putting on this throttle side, be sure to take note of the orientation of this cable that's attached to it. During a closed throttle, it should be kind of directly straight down. That way, when you're fully open throttle, it should sit similar to that, right in that area right there. And they do show you that in the booklet. You can see that there. Alright, so we've got the grip loosely fitted on here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it back off, and I'm going to put on this super glue so that I can make sure that this grip doesn't move around on me. Right now, if I twist too hard, it does slip, and we don't need that. So I'm going to take that off and put the super glue in there, let that sit and dry, and we can move on to the next step. Alright, so as you can see, I've got my control module mounted here on the left side of my bike. There's just enough space that I can still lock the handlebars to the left, and I shouldn't have a problem there. I mean, very rarely am I that tight, but this can just be a temporary position for the time being. Right now it's 3M down, but I'll probably replace that with some Velcro or something similar. The last step really is just to go ahead and run these cables. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run mine down the edge of the tank all the way back into the battery compartment. Once I finish running all the cables, we'll check to make sure that I have full mobility left and right with my handlebars. We don't want anything getting caught. Installation on the battery side is very simple. It's just a positive here and of course a negative right here. After that, you're really just going to have to find a place to tuck all your wires. I'm going to clean this all up, maybe tuck it down to the side here or something. But that's it for the battery side. Alright, so I've got my cables pretty much tied up here. As you can see, zip ties, man. Zip ties are your best friend. You can't be in this motorcycle world and not have zip ties. So I've got everything zip tied all the way around. I've checked my left and right motion on my handlebars. Everything slides real smoothly. And as you see, my cables actually run up and under the tank here, and so does the module, and then everything runs to the back of the motorcycle. Alright, so we've got everything on. Really, I just got to go back and trim some of these zip ties and whatnot. Very last thing that you might have to do is trim down the edge of the grips here. They do allow for you to cut so that you can get a tighter fit. I'm going to have to trim it down a little bit because my bar ends are going to have to go back on for my mirrors, and I can't have that rubbing. But other than that, guys, pretty much straightforward installation. Very easy to do. Didn't take too long. And hopefully I get a chance to get out here and test these things out very, very soon. But I'll catch you guys on the next video. Hope this helps.